Good afternoon, my Real News Midday TV family. Welcome back to the channel for another news update. And in the news this afternoon, over $1 billion a potential loss in suspected St. Catherine Municipal Corporation fraud scheme. Sources indicate operations target employees and associates. An investigation has revealed that multiple fraudulent schemes were used over several years to bleed nearly $1 billion from the coffers of the St. Catherine Municipal Corporation, law enforcement sources have disclosed. No-show contracts paying out millions for work that was not done were the main fraudulent schemes detected during the 4-year investigation, which began in 2020, according to multiple sources. People getting monies for work they did not do. This could easily go over $1 billion, said one source, who acknowledged that there was still no clear indication on how long the alleged fraudulent schemes were operating. Everybody, PNP and the JLP, was benefiting, another source added, making reference to the two main political parties, the People's National Party and the governing Jamaica Labour Party. The joint investigation was led by the Major Organized Crime and Anti-Corruption Agency with assistance from the Financial Investigations Division and other agencies. It spilled out into the public on Thursday as agents from MOCA, with help from the police and the army, executed search warrants at the St. Catherine Municipal Corporation's main office in Spanish Town, St. Catherine, and the 16 other locations across the parish, as well as in Kingston and Westmoreland. The searches, which began Tuesday night, also targeted the homes of several St. Catherine Municipal Corporation employees and the persons associated with them, sources revealed on Thursday. The St. Catherine Municipal Corporation's main office was briefly shuttered during the search, and the dozens of files were taken away by investigators. The operations are aimed at executing search warrants at the various locations in connection with an investigation into allegations of serious organized crime, said a statement released by Major Basil Jarrett, Director of Communications at MOCA. Yesterday, Spanish Town Mayor Norman Scott dismissed the claims that his house was among those raided by investigators. There is absolutely no truth to the rumor that my house was raided. I woke up this morning to news that a police operation was taking place at the corporation offices, and it extended to several of the employees' homes, said Scott, who is chairman of the St. Catherine Municipal Corporation. It is an investigation, so let the police do their job. Let the chips fall where they may. I just want to say that from the council's perspective, we have been doing everything correctly, he added. The homes of several accounting and engineering staff and that of at least one former senior staff member were reportedly searched. Several computers, laptops, and the boxes of documents were seized. Fraudulent checks and the cash were allegedly recovered at the home of an associate of one employee. Despite the ongoing investigation, Scott ensured that the first corporation meeting of the year proceeded as scheduled. Minority Leader Teresa Turner Flynn expressed surprise at the situation, saying, "I have no knowledge of what is going on. I was surprised when I turned up and saw a lot of police and soldiers in the building. I don't understand about the fraud issue. Nothing was said to us. Nobody knows, and we are just waiting for the results." However, one councillor who spoke with the news on condition of anonymity welcomed the operation. They don't even want to sign the checks for water trucks to get water into communities where citizens are suffering for water, the councillor said. There was no confirmation of arrest or charges up to late yesterday. PNP's Campbell seek to explain proposal for tax on imported food. Opposition spokesman on agriculture, Dr. Dayton Campbell, has sought to explain recent comments he made in relation to a tax on imported food, to establish an agriculture fund, as well as a proposal to stop the importation of Irish potato and onion. Dr. Campbell made the remarks at a political meeting in Southeast St. Elizabeth on Tuesday, where he announced that now is the time when we must put a little thing on the imported food into the country by creating an agricultural fund. He also announced that a People's National Party government intends to take Irish potato and onion out of the importation basket within 2 years. The comments drew criticism from some quarters, including the ruling Jamaica Labour Party, with the party spokesman Marlon Morgan indicating that a special tax on imported food will lead to an increase in price of basic food items and will unduly burden the Jamaican people. But speaking with the news on Thursday afternoon, Dr. Campbell sought to explain that the proposed fund to develop and modernize the agriculture sector would be financed from existing taxes on imported food.
Now is the time that we must put a little thing on the imported food into the country and create an agricultural fund. I am going to call a meeting and I'm going to make it absolutely clear that in 2 years' time, we intend to take Irish and onion out of the importation basket.
But something that a lot of people are not mindful of is that there's currently stamp duty and there's common external tariff on some of the imported produce. There are some that we don't charge any, whether you want to term it as levy on. There's no proposal to either increase those or to bring any additional ones. It's to take from those to create the fund for agriculture in a similar way that funds were taken to create the universal service fund. I am saying that there are items that we can produce locally to satisfy the demand. So Irish and onion and those things are things that we have the ability to produce here in Jamaica. In 2014, Roger Clark of blessed memory did take Irish potato out of the importation basket. So once you know the quantity that you use annually, you can put the necessary acreage on the production so you can be self-sufficient in the items. I can't see how that is controversial. That should be the desire and one of the mandates of the Ministry of Agriculture to work towards that happening.
Bethel primary auxiliary staff struggle with salary issues amid a ministry takeover. Demotivated, stressed, disheartened, and feeling exploited. These are some of the words used by the auxiliary staff members at Bethel Primary School in Hopewell, Hanover, to express their frustration over ongoing salary issues. The disgruntled workers shared with the news that they have exhausted all possible avenues in search of a solution, yet their efforts have been in vain. Bethel Primary, which is a bursar-paid school, has had the Ministry of Education assume responsibility for paying certain categories of staff, including auxiliary workers such as watchmen and cleaners, starting in April 2024. The affected staff believe this change is the root cause of their current difficulties. Since the Ministry of Education took over the payment of our fortnightly salaries in April 2024, we have been having several problems, which include wrong amounts being paid to us, not receiving our overtime payments, not receiving our allowances, statutory payments not withdrawn, and in some cases, even though the statutory deductions are made, payments to agencies like the National Housing Trust are not made, one worker explained. The affected workers are claiming that they have lodged numerous complaints to Principal Jasmine Johnson but have seen no resolution. As late as in December, I did not get my right to pay for one fortnight, and when the ministry was contacted, I received another short payment for the following fortnight, and nothing was heard about the amount I was owed from the fortnight before, an auxiliary staffer explained. When the news contacted Johnson yesterday, she indicated that she has been trying to have the matter settled, but despite having dialogue with the Ministry of Education's Region 4 office in Montego Bay and its head office in Kingston, the matter remained unresolved. Ever since the ministry took over the payment of this category of workers, there has been problems, the principal acknowledged. Every week, the bursar has to submit work certificates to show how many hours per week the workers have worked, but I have received a complaint that there are fortnights that some persons do not get any pay. I am sure that the work certificates are submitted on a timely basis, never late, yet on a regular basis, there is at least one person who never got any salary or received just a portion of his or her salary, she added. To compound the problem, Johnson said that allowances are not paid at times and that none of the workers have received the pay advice slips since May 2024. The personnel in the ministry in Kingston are claiming that the machine to do the pay advice slips has been broken and no alternative has been put in place. At one point, a pay advice system called My HR Plus was put in place for them, but it never worked, said Johnson. Even the casual workers have complained that they have never gotten a pay slip, and there are times when they do not get any pay, and the first person they complain to is me, the principal added. Attempts by the news to get clarification from the Ministry of Education's Accounts Department was unsuccessful. A payroll officer who declined to speak on the record directed inquiries to Donna Arboon, the ministry's financial controller. However, efforts to reach her were also unsuccessful. Guys, thank you for watching. See you this evening at 6 p.m. for another news update.